All right. Hello, everyone. Let's take a seat. Yeah. So today, what I'm going to talk about is the AI again. So today, even this presentation is generated by AI. Well, what I did is actually I did experiment. So I created an app, and I wanted to publish to the App Store. So from the ideation to production level application, I fully used AI. I didn't have any other. It's only me with AI. So AI was my, doing everything, designer, the product owner, or whatever. AI was doing everything. So yeah, I built an app called Relia. So I'm going to talk about it later. So I used Gemini 3 and anti-gravity. Right, so who I am? So I am Jin, like Billy already introduced. So I am Google developer expert in Flutter, and I'm organizing this meetup and also GDG Montreal meetups. And if you want to find me in LinkedIn, just search Jin Lee. Okay. Right, so like I already said, what I want to do, build an app purely using AI. Even I know how to code, it doesn't matter. If you see internet, in Twitter, people saying that I used AI and that they are making a lot of money, right? So I want to do the same thing, right? So yeah, I did ideation. I just went to the gemini.google.com. I have the pro subscription. I have the access to the pro model. So I was able to do a lot of research with I use the deep research feature a lot. So when I have whatever the idea comes in with the conversation, then I ask Gemini to the market research. Is it really feasible? Is there any needs? Is there any user? And so on, right? And I did some after that, I create the PRD. We wrote together, right? AI is my colleague. So we wrote together the PRD, product requirement document. So that's it. That was my, secret. That is my business, whatever the secret. So I kept it. And what I did, I think it's OK, I'm going to just use my finger. Right, so I tried. I'm really bad at design. Basically, I'm not really visual guy. I can do the code. I'm really purely developer, not a designer, not visual thing and stuff. So I used Stitch at the beginning. So I wanted to design something using the Stitch, which is Google made the design, AI-powered design tool, right? So I used it, and I used the Gemini 2.5 model. At the time, Gemini 3 was not there. So I used these two mix to build an app, and it was completely fail. I don't know, maybe I was not good at the prompt, basically. Maybe that's why maybe I failed. But it was so difficult to make production level app. I've been making kind of demo application a lot using AI. But if you want to make it production level app, it's a different story, right? And after I failed, I changed my tool. Instead of using Gemini CLI, I used the Claude code with the Claude model. At that time, I think Sonnet 4.5 was there, and then I was using that model. And still the same thing. It wasn't there. If I do some coding, or if I do microcontrol on every part, probably I could make it. But it was, for me, in my opinion, it wasn't there. I couldn't do that. So I reset everything. So at the moment, Google just released Gemini 3 Pro model. I was so hyped, so I decided to try out. And Google also released anti-gravity, which is the AI-powered IDE, something like Cursor, but you can use it for free, right? And I have the AI Pro plan, so I could use the Pro model in there, anti-gravity, with no problem, right? So I decided to use it, anti-gravity, and Gemini. I still use Gemini CLI. But model was mostly Gemini 3 Pro. That's what I used. So yeah, I don't know if you came to my session previously. I mentioned the YOLO process. So meaning that you just ask AI, and then AI is not asking me again until everything is done. You have the full permission to do whatever it is, OK? So in Gemini CLI, I used YOLO mode, meaning that I give my PRD to Gemini CLI, and Gemini CLI will do the maximum without asking me what to do. You already know what to do, right? So he says it's not asking me whatever the permission. He's going to read source code, research, or writing code based on the PRD that I created with Gemini previously, right? And whenever there's some kind of bug or one iteration is finished, I open the source code in anti-gravity, then I code review. I still don't code, but I still code review, right? And I run the application, and then when I need to debug, there was anti-gravity. Anti-gravity have Gemini 3, the Pro model access, right? And good thing, I mean, Cursor is the same thing. Good thing with IDE is you can easily navigate the code bases, and then you can exactly give which part you are talking about to the chat AI, right? So I use anti-gravity a lot for that. So when anti-gravity is complaining about there's this amount of lint issue, I just click the button to the chat, sending to the chat, and then fix this. If I do the same thing in Gemini CLI, what it does, it will run the lint again, and then it will fill up all the context, and then navigate all the source code and so on. It takes a lot of time, and it burns out all the context you have. So it's wasting all the money. So anti-gravity was good at that. And yeah, and obviously, when there's you need to do the refactoring. So you realize that AI is creating a lot of messy code, basically, right? So once you realize that you want to have the better architecture and then you want to make it more organized, then anti-gravity was good at it. You can see the code, and then you can ask it to organize the code bases as you want, and then you can directly see this, what the outcome, right? So anti-gravity, I didn't use YOLO. So every single step, I had to approve it because I want to have the full control of that. So that was the way that I can balance it out. So Gemini CLI, go to the full speed, you can mess it up. Anyway, I'm going to fix it with anti-gravity. That was my strategy here. So yeah, so prototyping. So like I said, I tried to use Stitch. I didn't try the latest version of Stitch. Apparently, Google added more features and so on. So probably my information could be outdated. But the Stitch, it generates nice UI. It's not bad. But the problem is when I generate multiple screens, it's not consistent. So even I give my design token, it was not really consistent. I don't know, maybe they fixed it now, but at the time when I was trying, it wasn't there. So yes?
Yeah, actually, yesterday I tried both Stitch and AI Studio for my end. I had the same experience.
OK. So maybe the issue is still there. So next approach, AI Studio. Like I say, I have PRD, right? So what I did, I just give my PRD to AI Studio. I don't know if everyone know AI Studio. Do you all know? OK, so AI Studio have really strong prototyping the service. So I gave the PRD to that, and then it create a web application in the AI Studio, right? So the design was good, and it's functional. I mean, not fully functional, but it's still functional. So I can navigate the page, and then I can see how it's going to be look and feel, and then how it's going to work. I can try out, and then maybe I can update my application based on what I tried in AI Studio, right? So yeah, AI Studio was super useful for that, and it's free to use it. So that's what I did.
Free as in no limits? There's no, I mean, is there some threshold that you reach where you?
I guess at some point they're gonna try to charge you by providing your API key with the billing, but you can anyway when you start. I mean, they are not gonna charge you, and then the free tier is already generous.
So when you try to host it, it was charged, right?
Yes, yes. But I think just having the application in AI Studio, that's still fine. But if you deploy into Cloud Run, for example, then probably, yeah. Because that requires API access to that, right?
And does it really lock you into the Google ecosystem as well?
No. No, you can, if you want to continue that project, you can actually download the source code, or you can put into the GitHub, and then you can continue if you want. But that wasn't my intention, right? I want to test it out because I know AI Studio is going to generate web app. And what I want to do is Flutter app. So two different technology. So I only want to do the prototyping in there. And yeah, for the tech stack. So like I said, I use Flutter because I want you to publish my app in Play Store and App Store. And the guardrails. So because, like I already said, AI create a lot of messy code. So I want you to AI to fix it themselves in the workflow. So I, I want you to put a design system. So every component wizard is design component. So when AI realizes that that design component is not exist, it will generate that component first before using material with the default material wizard. So what I did, I created custom lint the rule using the custom lint technology. I mean the library. So the lint is going to complain. Let's say AI used material wizard in the presentation layer, then the lint is going to complain. You shouldn't use this, and then you have to use design component. Then AI now know that it will fix it. So that was the guardrail I put. And of course, I mean, it's the same thing. I asked AI to put most strict lint rule. So whenever AI mess up the code bases, do it again, fix it.
Is the guarded like a cursor rules? Because
No. OK, there was the also AI agent rules. That's also true. But I mean, this is the actual lint rule. So it doesn't even compile. Your compile even fail before AI fix it. Because sometimes even you put the AI rules.
if I just have rules that every time you answer me, you change the code, just fix the linter issues and format it.
Yes, that's what I want. So that's why I'm putting the custom lint to make sure the lint is fixed, right? Because this behavior, I don't want that. But even you put this rule in the AI rules, sometimes AI just ignore it, right? So I want you to make sure this is strict rule.
Depends on the model, honestly. For the
Depends on the model, depends on the configuration, but
How much context you have.
exactly. So many,
but this one is like 100%.
Yeah, it doesn't compile basically. So AI know that it doesn't compile. AI know that it needs to fix something.
But another issue that you're saying, like I add this. These are costs. Like, cost
It is.
more.
It is.
Because even simple interaction with AI costs a lot, and going back to the fixing those stuff also.
That's true. But for this one, I mean, I want you to have clean code. I didn't want to have AI just go wild. So I want you to put this, and then, I mean, especially I said I use YOLO in CLI, meaning that I don't even see what AI is doing, right? So I want you to AI to do this thing automatically, right? Even I burn my token, I don't care. I want to have better code bases because I'm going to maintain it one day, right? Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, AI is going to maintain probably, but yeah.
So never mind
So
those.
Jin,
Yes.
the lints, so can you explain again what type of lints did you use? Like what kind of rules?
I'm going to show you after.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No problem. So backend choices. So I use a Firebase. So I use everything. Firebase all, Firebase store, function, cloud messaging, analytics. It's not there, but I also use the Firebase AI logic. So even AI, the part of my application is running in Firebase. I mean, technically Vertex AI, but with a Firebase AI logic. And I had two different environments. One is the dev and prod. I tried to use Firebase emulator at the beginning for the dev environment, but some features was not available. So I just decided to use actual environment. And it doesn't cost anything, so I just did it. And especially for AI logic, you cannot emulate it. So I actually had to use the actual environment. And production, same thing, yeah. But I made it all automatic. So it's all written in my repository. So I can just mimic it, whatever I did for dev environment in production. And for the deployment, I use Fastlane. and GitHub Action. But I don't technically use GitHub Action much because the GitHub Action for Mac OS runner is so expensive. So technically, I just run on my local machine for the release. But yeah, if I start to making money, it's easy. I just press the button in GitHub, then it will release.
You could self-host you could use your Mac as a
Yeah, that's my Mac. But what I said is it's .m file that live in my local machine. So it just read whatever is necessary. And thanks to the fast lane, I can do fast lane match. Then it will take all the credential or automatic. So if I change my machine to another one, just so easy. I just download the repository, fast lane match. Then I already have the environment to release. So that's what I did. So that's why I still use GitHub Action. So the exactly same environment is going to run in the GitHub Action. So that's what I did. And I use Fastlane for Android and the iOS both. So it's one single the Fastlane that you just put the different command in Fastlane that will release Android, that will release iOS. That's what it does. Yeah, another piece of my application, when you make application, you need marketing website, right? So I created website, like I'm going to show you later. So this is something like that. And I used anti-gravity. So basically what I did, I gave my PRD to anti-gravity and then create marketing website for this application that I'm building. And it created all the HTML, CSS, and everything. And then open up in a browser. It started to test. Everything's fine. And that's it. It was almost single shot. So it created a website that I like. Only I had to change after is the image asset, because the anti-gravity is actually using Nano Banana to create automatically the images. But some images, I didn't like it too much, so I had to do little iteration on that. But the landing page generation was super easy with anti-gravity. That's it. All right, so what I did, after 7 days of digging, I was able to publish the app in Apple and then Google. And yeah, I didn't write any code myself. I asked AI to write it. And yeah, it's not only about the application, also the backend and everything, all the infrastructure, even Fastlane, this script and Firebase function and everything was all written by AI, basically. So yeah, so I'm going to sit because I want to show you the demo. So yeah, I can start with this. So after I generate the PRD, then I asked the Gemini to create pitch deck of my application. So Gemini came this with me. So application name, and then the slogan of application, and so on. And talking about the problem that I'm solving. So do you see that? So yeah, basically what I want to solve is the household problem. Let's say you're a couple, and then always one of you are doing the project manager of your household activity. So let's say your kids have birthday, but maybe your husband or wife doesn't know about it, and always one guy remember this thing and then ask the other partner to do it. And just asking that is always stress already, right? So I want to solve that issue. Yeah, so this is philosophy, so like rely, relieve, relay of this application concept. And yeah, who is our target, basically? So mostly couple, or small team, or between roomies, and so on. And because I'm targeting couple or household group, right? So if you don't have your partner, you cannot even use this application, right? So, but thanks to this, the mind dump, the concept, what it does is that, let's say whatever you do, even you have couple or you're solo, you might have something struggle. Maybe you have a lot of work, but you don't know how to organize it. Even putting into to-do app is already stress, right? So what I want you to do here is you just throw out to the application, I'm so stressed now. I have so many things to do. I have prepared a presentation for this meetup, and then in the meantime, I need to clean my home, and then I need to dish, just throw out to the application. And the application will automatically organize it as organized list. That's the mind dump concept here. And yeah, so this is kind of the how to make people hooked, right? So they start to sort using the mind dump feature, and the header is kind of common space of your sharing your the to-dos, basically, tasks. And then the pool there is that instead of one being the project manager asking this guy and this guy, instead of assigning, you are in a shared pool, and then it's always just pinging. Someone added a new task, and if you can help it, you just claim it, I'm gonna just do it. By doing that, your load is moved to your partner, so you are now relieved. I don't need to care about the birthday gift anymore, right? And once it's done, then they're gonna just check done, then you can give some appreciation, like emotional support. So this is kind of, concept how this application is solve that problem, the mental load, right? And yeah, because it's solving some mental problem and so on, so this is the design system that I want you to have. So common cozy interface. The application might gonna look like that and so on. This is all generated by Gemini. I just gave the PRD. This is not actual UI I have. And yeah, design system, define, and yeah, even monetization plan. So that was my goal. I actually wanted to go to the monetization at the end, but I'm not there yet. I want to have more users yet. And then probably I'm going to consider it. And yeah, and this is the strategy, go-to-market, how to do the campaign and how to do viral and community where I need to promote and so on. This is kind of plan. So let's say I go to the VC, then I'm going to go with this slide, and then I'm going to pitch about it, right? And yeah, this roadmap. I think I am there like 1.0 launch, and the way far away I need to go more, but yeah. And some KPI defined. And yeah, this is generated by AI. And the PRD looking like that. So there's a TLDR. Is it too small? Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to read everything, but all those kinds of things defined in PRD. The problem is that target audience is like that. The solution I'm providing is that. And the flow is going to be like this. At the phase 1, there's phase 2, there's phase 3, collaboration, and so on. And I think I also have, it's also talking about the page and routing. So what kind of pages I'm going to have, what page it's going to do, and also the navigation flow. If it's new user, go to the onboarding, and then from this page, and then it goes to there and there. Yes?
Is this the file you uploaded to anti-gravity to the
Yeah, also yes.
And did you generate it with AI? Or
Yes, that's what I did.
same Gemini and then?
Yes, this is my single source of truth of my product. So technically, if I have this, I should be able to create similar app again and again and again.
Is it better to upload markdown files to anti-gravity, or you can just give normal?
It's a markdown file.
So is it always a better idea to have it in markdown?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
What was the initial seed for the PRD? And how many times did you
So-
iterate to produce the PRD?
That's a good question, but I cannot even remember. it
was
was
many-
free.
it was
It
many.
was free because I used the Gemini.google.com. I already have planned, so it doesn't cost any money.
You're like in tens or hundreds of.
Yeah, I
applications
did
with
just
the
keep.
PRD. Just the PRD,
Yeah, just on the PRD. So before the PRD, I did a lot of conversation.
Oh, I see.
Is it gonna work? What application name should be? Is it really the problem that if I solve it, I can make money?
How can you trust?
That's about deep research at the end. So if you do the deep research, it gives me all the source of truth
But deep
of the
research
research.
doesn't come the requirement, come from the
No.
like a latest requirement of the user. Like it's a trained model at the end.
No. Actually, deep research, what it does is go to the internet. So it goes through all the website, and then it goes to all the trend. I mean,
How much it tries? Like how accurate
so
it is?
it's quite. I mean,
I'll say this. My wife had asked me my wife had asked me for something like that like a year ago. When we
Yeah.
were talking about this kind of stuff. She's like, man,
You already have
she's like, if I could only just dump out my mind. She's like, Danny, you don't know what women are going through this mental load. Like, I need something I could just dump my mind out.
There you go. There you go.
yeah. But I mean, what it's gonna say, I will never know until I make success, right? If I make success, then AI might be right. If I may fail, either I made bad application.
I'm not saying
Or-
that you go to the end to see your result.
So-
Why you cannot examine it right now, like test it?
I mean,
How can you make
because
it?
I made it in 7 days. So meaning that you can create your MVP and then launch to the market, and then you can test it out. And then you will see that actual result of the end user. And then if it's not correct, then you can easily pivot to something else. So that's the beauty of the AI now. I mean, it's not about trusting AI. It's about the fast workflow cycle at the end.
Quick, cheap experiments.
Exactly. So this, for me, AI workflow is really aligned with Agile, basically. So you quickly make the prototype or the MVP, test it out, and then you get the feedback and you do it again. But why I spend a lot of time? Because I don't even know what to build, what to start. So that's why I started to talking with AI a lot. And then even the name, I asked AI, there's any duplicate name. I mean, I could just do it in Google. I would try it, but AI have the speed of the researching all those things. It just goes through all the website, search, and so on. It gives me there's conflict. Maybe this is not good. The AEO,
SEO.
no, but for the applications after search optimization, ASO. Yeah, so the name or whatever, that's all matter. So I used the Gemini deep research feature to do all those kind of study. And then even when I buy domain, then I did a study, okay, what kind of domain name I can have? Because Relia.com was not available. So what would be the best choice after all? And it gave me the choices, and I try out, and with my opinion, with the AI opinion, we together decide the domain name, for example, right? Yes?
If you have to pivot, do you only change the PRD and then go YOLO mode again?
It all depends, right? So depending on the user feedback, maybe the application is not necessary on the market. Then maybe I need to just rewrite the PRD and then do something else. Or if user is asking me that if I have this kind of, if you can solve this kind of problem within this application, then yes, I'm going to update my PRD, adding those kind of idea, and then give this PRD to AI to implement those features. Yes?
So maybe that's a question for when you're done, but if you were to do this again, what would you do better?
I don't think, so
For 7 days.
I think doing this, for me, is going to be the same thing. I will go through the same process. But what I'm going to do is probably, last few weeks, all the new AI tooling is all changed. I'm talking Gemini CLI and anti-gravity. Actually, last few weeks, I wasn't using these tools, right? So the tool is keep changing. But what I want to say is your workflow is not necessarily changing. I don't know, maybe your tool is so good that you don't even need to do the PRD probably. Then maybe you can just start. Actually, I have another application, maybe not today, but that application I created without PRD. I just created MVP based on my idea. I didn't even ask about that idea to the AI. I asked AI for the feasibility, and AI said, go. So I just I have this general idea, just do it. And AI made it prototype, and then I continued. But anyway, I'm not talking about that application today. But yeah, this is all the PRD that I created, and bunch of information there. But not too long, because the context matter. Context size matter for the AI, because I always want to give this PRD to the AI. So So that's what I have. And the website. This is the website that Anti-Gravity created. So like I said, I gave the PRD, and then please create marketing web page for this PRD, this application. So image generated, the application there, the App Store, Play Store, and the simple the pitch, and the simple application, simple website. But I mean, it kept all the design system I want to have, and then generate the application, the website. And yeah, I mean, I'm Korean, so I want to Korean translation at least. So Korean is there, and there's privacy policy because I need to, yeah. I'm not Quebecer yet, but yeah, I mean privacy policy because I need to publish to the App Store and Play Store. This is mandatory, right? So I put the privacy policy there, and that's it. That was the website, right? And this is the Firebase, the dev environment. I'm not going to show you user data in production. So yeah, so if you see there, I am using not app hosting, the authentication and hosting for the website. Also deep link. I need to some specific the file I need to host in the website if you want to have the deep link.
But the Firebase removed the deep link, no?
No, I mean that one is the dynamic link.
Dynamic links.
So I implemented deep link myself. So when you go heyrelia.com/task and then task ID, then it automatically open your application. If it's not, it lead to the landing page so that you can download the app and then go back to your application with that deep link and so on. So yeah, you need to host some certain file in your domain, otherwise it doesn't understand. So yeah, hosting, and I used AI logic, like I say. So yes, 3 application, dev.
What is AI logic?
AI logic is kind of wrapper between the AI Studio API or Vertex AI. So the problem is that if you don't have it, you need to hard code your API key in your front-end application without this. But with this simple wrapper, thanks to the authentication of Firebase, so it knows that you're authenticated, you can use this AI model. So it runs in the Vertex AI, for example. So AI logic is super useful for that. If you don't want to implement your own AI endpoint to hide your API key and so on, right? And I also have Firebase function. So I use it some kind of trigger. So when task is updated, created, or user is deleted, then I want to make sure that all the user data is removed from my whole Firebase database. And when user is created, then I want to do some kind of simple data creation or user's profile and so on. Yes?
Going back to AI logic, I see how it can be translated for like mobile apps, but does it work also for web apps or web apps?
Web app, I think so, but not for desktop app. Yeah, but I think web, iOS, Android, I think you can use, no problem.
It's going to use like a fingerprint file.
Yes, there's the app check. So it's all you can use Firebase app check to protect that behavior as well. Yeah.
Did you make with Firebase AI Studio or Anti-Gravity?
Gemini CLI and Anti-Gravity. Two.
Why you don't use Firebase AI Studio?
Firebase AI Studio? No, you are talking about Firebase the Studio.
Studio.
No, I mean, that is, I mean, Firebase Studio has prototype engine. But for me, I mean, I want you to have the full control of all the AI happening on my machine. And because, just go to the cloud, I mean, actually doing the dev, making application is hazel. Cloud environment, for me, I mean, it works when you do the prototyping, but when you are doing the actual development, that's not enough.
No, I'm only talking about making all those configuration. So you did it yourself or?
Yeah, I did. I mean, yes, AI did it.
AI did it.
Yeah, AA did it.
This
Yeah.
is done by
So,
anti-gravity,
Google?
not Firebase Studio.
No, not Firebase Studio. No, no. I didn't use Firebase Studio at all. I used Gemini CLI and anti-gravity. And for this, most of the Firebase setup was done by Firebase MCP. So I integrate Firebase MCP in my Gemini CLI.
So we
that,
can build with the cursor too.
yes, I mean, that's not a problem. Yeah.
So is this something that you were able to do at your speed because of like your development background? Like, for example, was this all done through prompting, where you just say I wanted to achieve X, or did you have to have specific knowledge of coding and you told it how to implement code? 'Cause I'm thinking like I was using Firebase Studio. Would I have been able to do that as well, or would Firebase Studio kind of been the upper limit of what I could do at my level?
So I don't have a good answer for that because I'm already a developer. So like you say, I already know the technology, right? So I already know what kind of option I can use. Firebase Studio, Firebase or Superbase, or just go to the GCP. I already know many options, right? And then even AI gave me the information, then I can easily verify it. Okay, this might be actually a good one. I mean, AI is giving me the good answer or not. I can judge myself, right? So if you are not developer, probably you need more process before that. You need to study on that. AI give you something that you need to verify, is it real or not? That is actually, you are learning engineering at the end, right? So you cannot just prompt like just normal people, ask AI to do everything. I don't think that's possible yet. I don't know in the future. But prototype level, definitely you can do it. I mean, without knowing technology, I mean, it's okay. Just ask AI to do this thing and this thing. Yes, but I mean, if you want to go to product level, that's different story. I have only 3 minutes, all right. So we need to decide, okay, do you want to see the demo or go to the question? All right, I'm going to make it quick. So yeah, I mean, Firebase, I have it. And I already show you website and this. A little bit of code bases. So, too big. Yeah, so code bases, I have core feature, the language, and then all the options. And in the core, this is design component that I told you about. So every component has to be implemented here before use it. And whatever in the feature, whatever is implemented here, if AI used material component, then lint will penalize it. Okay, you cannot do that. You cannot compile anymore. So for doing that, I have the custom lint. So this is really I mean, one day maybe I can talk about it. But custom lint, it actually, you can define your own lint rule like that. So for example, if this is imported, then I know that this file is using this. Then this lint is going to make it fail. So you have to do this. So do not import this, and you need to do this. So now AI know that he needs to do something before just using material design. That is custom lint. And I have the Firebase related code, even including function, and then Firebase store, rules, and so on. And yeah, I mean, I'm quite satisfied by what AI created, how they organize the code bases, and so on. It's not too bad. And the translations, and so on. And also website is there. And what else? Yeah, I think that's it. And probably I can show you quickly the application, how it looks like. So do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Korean task because actually I'm using it with my iPhone together. So yeah, you go there. This is the huddle that I told you about. So this is the feature that the centralize all the shared tasks. So when I add something, then it will automatically notify to my wife, and she may take it or not. If she take it, then I'm going to be relieved, or vice versa. And I have the setting. So this is the mind dump feature that I talked about. That's the history. So say I'm so stressed, I need to clean my home and so on. If I do this, it will generate some, I don't know if I can, yeah, I cannot copy. So yeah, I mean, theme, privacy, and the language there, if I change it, then it also does backend translation. So when Firebase sending you a notification, it's translated in your language. And yeah, notification setting. And I just put delete account because I want to avoid all the privacy stuff. So if you just want to test and if you want to remove it right away. That's it. And yeah, I want to show you this feature. So this. So I don't know if you can see the message there. So let's say that's example. If you do those kind of things, I can just put, I am so stressed. I need to clean
You can also speak.
home. Yeah, I can also speak, but yeah. And I need to prepare presentation. So I could go as much as I want. I can just throw out what I'm thinking right now. Then I just press the button.
Breathe in.
And there is no breathe out.
Then it gives you some kind of soulful message on top. And then giving you, first the task is always self-care. So how to relieve the situation right now. And it gives you, clean home. If you clean home, I mean, there's some kind of list, sub-tasks already. And yeah, prepare presentation. So you just throw out, and then AI will organize it, what you're going to do.
So
And
is it the Firebase AI Studio that's generating all those?
no, this is actual app I created.
No, how is it getting the AI?
It's Vertex AI.
Yeah, Vertex AI logic. I'm using Gemini 2.5 Flash model here. Yeah.
So you need money basically.
Yes, I am paying for the users for now. Hopefully I can make money so that I can pay my bill. But I have a bunch of the cloud credit for now, so it's okay. Yeah, and yeah, here you can change the huddle. So let's say this one, this one is actually not a good example. This one has to go to private because it's solely my task. And this one is for my home. So I can share with my wife so that you can decide. And the other feature I added is this. So you can snap. So I don't know if it detects something. So yeah.
Take me.
Then you will say remove it. So if I do this, I hope it detects something. But using this feature, let's say you have some messy floor, then you are just annoyed, type something. Okay, so it doesn't find anything. Then you just take a photo. Then it will create as a task. So now you remember that I need to do it. I don't want to do it right now, but yeah. You want to try?
You just want to be taking a picture.
Yeah, it should say like working on your project.
No, no, it didn't detect anything. Yeah, everything's tidy. Okay, I think my application is something wrong. Yeah, but this is application that I built with AI, and then it's published and so on. And
Stress him more.
yeah. So yeah, I've been using AI nowadays to create applications, but rather than just making the prototype application, I decided to make more production level application. Just to show you a little bit. So this is the application that I'm working on. For myself, actually, I've been using Grammarly, but Grammarly is not free. I have to pay. So I just wanted to build myself. And I'm using this application for myself every day, basically. So yeah, I'm using AI without coding to make different applications nowadays.
For the Vertex AI API, do you have to set it up properly, or do you just plug in the API and it just takes the text and generates?
You don't need to deal with all the AI stuff at the end. So what AI logic, once you use the AI logic SDK in your Flutter app, then thanks to the authentication already have it. So you can just call the SDK API that does in the backend side magic in the Firebase. So you don't need to worry about that. Yeah, just try out. So do I still have, okay. I know I'm over time. And just last slide is this one, but I think we addressed a lot of questions. Do we have time for questions or?
What tests did you generate, or did you generate any tests?
Tests?
Unit tests, user acceptance tests?
It's mostly unit test, and I only test the core logics. I didn't add too many tests, but yeah, I'm managing another project called MCP Dart. I already presented about that. That one is made for using my developer people, right? So I want to make sure that one I have the thousands of tests in there. Yes, I think
Yeah,
last or
okay, last.
last?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to know, I don't know if I see it in your PRD, but did you mention in how to architecture the app, like...
In PRD, no.
Okay.
In PRD, no.
Oh, sorry.
I have the AI rules
Okay.
that I want to have this kind of architecture, but I didn't start with it. When I noticed something, I added one by one and asked AI to add it.
So you can visualize which pattern to use in order to make
Yes.
the application more scalable.
Yeah, so I asked the AI, update the AI rules, adding, I want to use clean architecture, for example. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.